market. I hope you guys are ready for a very interesting week over here. We have potential intervention. We have, what else? I mean, we've got Powell coming up this week. We have earnings season heating up. So for those of you guys that don't know about the post-earnings strategy yet, you're probably about to over the next couple of days here, once we nail another big multi-100%er within LTMP. But for those of you guys that were listening to this USAR idea, oh my God. I mean, this thing went from like that 17 area that we were outlining in the videos and everything all the way up to like this $30 to $31 area here. I mean, there you go. There's yet another example of what I do for everybody all the time. Again, I'm just going to keep handing out the best setups in the market for everybody. There's no reason why every market participant can't do this stuff. So, market is looking decent today. I mean, we're up 0.5% here. You got a pretty nasty 15-minute candle here. I'd be a little bit worried about that. For a little bit of a pullback here, but generally there really wasn't much today that we were looking for to say, okay, these are going to be setups that we really want. There was the potential one on NAT, but it never really broke above that top side of the 5-minute opening range, so you didn't really want to go for that one there. I don't think there's any real news coming out right now driving this. I mean, I could take a look. Let's see. No, I mean, we have natural gas futures extending gains, but I mean, speaking of things like that, I mean, gold, guys, is up yet again, 2% today on gold. I mean, I initially outlined this for you guys back down at 317. I posted it for free on Twitter. You had the secondary daily setup here on GLD2 that is currently sitting at what? I think it's like a 1 to 20 risk to reward. 1 to 22.5 risk to reward on that gold trade there. Again, congratulations, guys. It has been an awesome start to 2026 with LTMP. I can't wait to see how many more just absolutely insane moves that we're going to be able to nail going over the next couple of, going over the next couple of months here. So, team, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, would love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the group, new to the stream, new to the channel, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Costs you absolutely nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot. Spreading these streams out to as many people who actually want to learn. We have a 200 like goal on the stream. We're currently at 15. Let's see if you guys are going to be slackers today on the like button. But let's see who we have in here this morning. We have G-Moose. We've got Linda, Jerry, Eddie, Romeo, Daily, Taylor, Diego, Affirmation. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's see. You got APL, a lot of things today. Again, just kind of based on a lot of the sectors. Gold. What's up, buddy? How you doing? I mean, what's silver doing this morning? Ripping. Silver is up another $8. 9% here on silver. That's craziness. Look at this weekly chart. Just parabolic, guys. Parabolic. Hit the like button. Thank you, GC. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Link is pinned to the top of the live chat for those of you guys that still need to get your first month for $1 a day with code January to LTMP. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. Again, prices are going to be going up in the near future, but anybody that joins before the next price increase is going to have the rate that they join at locked in. It'll never go up on you once you join. So let's do a little bit of, let's take a look at the crypto market here too, because if you look at Bitcoin, it really doesn't look good. Weekly looks really bad too. I mean, the Bitcoin weekly chart, the Bitcoin daily chart, both look horrible. Come on, I can't even click the right one. Yeah, weekly chart on Bitcoin looks really bad here. You could easily see 74,000 in the near future if you see even just the slightest bit of market weakness. Daily, I mean, you did have that bear flag breakdown here, but you're kind of rallying back up today off of a couple of these levels down in here. So you might have a couple of days of reprieve, especially going into Powell. I mean, this FOMC meeting, I'm not really expecting them to do anything with rates. I think we are going to get some questions asked. The most important question that Powell can actually answer at this upcoming FOMC meeting on Wednesday, which we'll be streaming, is what's going on with this rate check and what are they planning to do to support the yen, if anything. So that is going to be a very, very strange question because it's like the one time recently that we've actually seen the United States starting to step up and say, we will go and support the yen. So the YouTube video from Saturday, hopefully all of you guys saw that one. That's when we were talking about the implications of all of that and what it exactly means, why markets are moving around the way that they are, and why we saw this massive move down in USD JPY with the yen strengthening. So now the market knows that this is coming. But the thing that you got to realize too with this unwind of the yen carry trade, which again Tom Lee did outline, is like one of his something that could cause the market to come down. Ever since the last Bank of Japan rate hike, the market kind of knows that this could be an issue moving forward. That's one of the reasons why you haven't seen Bitcoin move at all, like zero. It's just been kind of flatlining and setting up in that larger weekly bearish formation. Because why would you, if you're looking to put on these carry trades, if you're looking to have these trades on for a long period of time, why would you put them on when the yen is at the lows? Because if the yen strengthens, you then have to have the positions that you then buy with that loaned money go up even more by more than by what the yen is going to appreciate by. So basically, let's say if the yen goes up 5% versus the dollar, let's just say, your positions that you hold with those loans is going to have to go up by 5% more than it would have if you were to just have the USD JPY stay the exact same. So it's interest rate risk, or it's not, sorry, it's currency exchange risk. There is interest rate risk there, but it's different. So that's a kind of a weird situation that's continuing to develop here, but that is going to be one of the main things that we have to think about, and what Powell is going to be saying on Wednesday. Well, market coming back up off of that. That's interesting. And then taking a look, it's also earnings season's picking up, guys. This is when we have some of the most fun in the market within LTMP, especially with the post-earning strategy. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're 2 for 2 so far with two nice multi-100 percenters. APLD and TSM were both really good. I think TSM was like 250%. I think the APLDs ran a bit more, though both of those are really good. So we'll see if we can get some more. Let's see what sets up for us. IO and Q and the quantum names, I mean, they still look decent here at these lows. Kind of holding on to this 200 EMA. But if this breaks down from here, I mean, you've got a long way down to like 20-something bucks. So like 30-something, and then you could easily see the 20s. So, let's see. It's very slow and pretty boring. Oh, you know what I want to take a look at now? Hold on. Novo 6350. Did this hit 64 today? It did. I mean, guys, Novo is just to me it's just a no-brainer. I mean, I don't know how many more like how much better an investment could look. Also, why is TikTok being weird? It just isn't working. But yeah, Novo's looking great here. You have earnings coming up. You've got some really good prescription data. I like it. I think this one could easily see 85 to 100 this year. That would be very nice, I would say. And then again, AMD, let's see, you've got earnings coming up on this one too, but this one's selling off a little bit. NVIDIA invested some more money in CoreWeave. CoreWeave was up a lot. I don't know where it is now. Yeah, it sold off the highs. You're seeing a lot of that. You're seeing a lot of gap ups, an initial move, and then they just fade. No follow through out of this market right now. Yeah, very slow day today. Not much going on except for the metals just ripping. Look at this. That's really it. Nice and slow. I like the slow days. The slow days are so much better than like when 18 million things are happening. It's just like sit back, don't put any risk on, and just don't touch anything. We've got a lot of good potential moves coming up for earnings season. Earnings season's fun. I mean, I've told you guys this before. People can listen or not, but you guys have seen this play out time and time again. That like you could literally just trade the post-earning strategy during earnings and crush. Let's see. Yeah, there's just nothing that really wants, like, there's just really nothing that actually looks like it would warrant me putting on any risk to it right now. So, not really looking to do anything. Just kind of sitting here waiting. Let's see. Copper looks interesting, but I don't think you're gonna see like the crazy moves that you've seen out of like gold, silver. It just doesn't make any sense. Solar might get interesting. I know Quad U's been looking good, but that probably faded too. I would think. I mean, I would assume this thing faded. Yeah, see the gap up and sell off. They'd love to just do that these days. Oh, what's Baba doing? What about the China names? Can we go have some fun in China? Ooh, JD looks really good. It's noisy down here, but that does look good. PVV, no. Baidu might have it. No. Yin, where's Yin? Ah, Yin looks interesting. Did SATL sell off? Yeah, I mean, guys, this SATL trade, this is this is probably one of the best trades that I've ever handed out. This peaked at a 1 to 115 risk to reward. That means if you risk 1% of your account on the trade, you would have been up 115% on your entire account. One trade. This is why everybody loves LTMP so much, because the losses are so small and the winners are just so astronomically massive that, like, this is why I say the outcome of one individual trade is meaningless when every trade that I outline has the potential to run multi-hundreds, if not multi-thousands of percent with options, or many, 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 many multiples of your risk with shares. Like, why wouldn't you operate that way? It gives you the confidence to execute on every single trade, because you're like, well, it doesn't matter because we know everyone can go nuts, you know? You're heavily positioned in Bmnr and SBET into a new stock. In which of the ones in my title would I recommend? The ones in the title are not like, they're not meant to. I like Novo. Novo's my favorite one. Hims is interesting right now. Neo is a high flyer. It could rip, it could not. I mean, of the ones in the title, Hims, but like you still need those are really just for trade setups. Like Bmnr, and this is the problem that I have. Like Hims actually looks really interesting down here at this level. I like Novo. Novo's probably my favorite one. Weeble looks good. All right, let me see where it is. I like it at these lower levels. Yeah, Weeble down at 770 something, still holding it. Actually, I'd give that a little bit. That thing looks like it might rip through these lows. Novo's probably my favorite one, just of anything this year so far. But the main problem that I have with Bmnr is like, you have people, and remember when I was talking about like Bmnr and SBET were two names that like back last year in the summer and going into the fall, I hate them. Why? Well, it's just retail investor nonsense. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna bid this thing up like crazy and think that it's just gonna continue. Like, and then people would cite, they'd be like, well, it's up X amount this year, and it's like, well, the problem is that most people were buying this thing after it was ripping at like 95, 100, like 130, things like that, or down in here, and like the problem is that when you look at things like that, you're like, okay, well, it doesn't actually make sense to buy in any one of these areas here. It kind of is starting to make a little bit more sense, but BMNR to me is never going to be an investment. It's not something that makes sense to really invest in. To me, it's a really good proxy to trade the Ethereum moves. That's what it is. If you're bullish on Ethereum, in my opinion, just buy Ethereum. The thing that that's interesting too, that came out at the Bmnr shareholder meeting, that people just like still aren't seeming to get for some reason, is that this Mr. Beast thing is a complete admission by Tom Lee and Bmnr that they don't actually think that Ethereum is going to go to the high levels that they think it is. Because if you had $200 million here and you're thinking, okay, we have the Mr. Beast investment that could 10x, great. 200 million turns into 2 billion. Awesome. That's great returns. The problem is that you're an Ethereum treasury company, basically. Yeah, you can make all your arguments here that you want to have different business ventures, but the problem with that is that you're operating under the assumption and you're telling people that you think Ethereum is going to go to 20K, 50K, 100K, 150K. So the problem is that if you have $200 million to spend and you're going to put it into something that could 10x, it's like, great, but you also are saying that the core of what you're doing could like 50x. So why not put the money there? That to me is just not a smart way to be doing things. So you go into the DATs. That's interesting. So the other thing, Lip, is why not the actual ETFs of the cryptos? You know? You're from Denmark. Oh, nice. Nice. But yeah, like you don't have to use the DAT. Like you could use like ETH or like any of the IBIT and things like that if you want crypto exposure. You don't have to go with things like Bmnr. You know, it's like people, and this is the issue that you run into with stuff like Bmnr, with those types of price targets that Tom Lee and some of the other people are talking about, is like, oh, people are just going to indiscriminately buy stuff with more money than they can really afford to watch flicker around, because we know that this is going to like witness a lot of volatility. And people, new market participants or people with not a whole lot of money invested generally, are just not going to be prepared for that. Like, guys, if Ethereum were to start setting up here in a really good way, and so was Bmnr, I'd start hammering it. But it's not right now. So, like, it doesn't, and people are going to be like, oh, buy the dip, this, that, and the other. Well, you guys have heard me say so many times, it's like, I don't think dollar cost averaging into individual names is a smart thing to do for anybody ever. You got to use the 3-pillar approach and be like, okay, what does the macro look like? What do the fundamentals look like? And what do the technicals look like to get your entry? The technicals are never going to say buy all the time or buy every week or buy every month. They're not going to say that. But I love Novo. Where's Novo right now? Looking phenomenal. I mean, my average is in the 54s. Appreciate the honesty? No problem. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys anything that like doesn't make sense. That's why like gold over here, for example, like you guys have seen this one play out. When a 26-year-old starts slinging gold around Labor Day on the weekly breakout with the macro thesis, you might want to pay attention. Like, this has been phenomenal. Like, I don't know, gold is up what from our entry? 47% about? That's craziness. We've had some crazy ones, guys. Market looks decent here. I think, again, the next couple of days here are probably going to be a bit slow, Tuesday and Wednesday. Going into Powell, but our main focus is really going to be on the post earnings anyway. Because there's not like, when I went through this weekend, I was actually surprised with the way the market looked broadly that I wasn't seeing more A+ setups. We saw some, but there wasn't like a million of them like there always are, or there have been. So right now it's going to be like, okay, we'll wait for the good setups to form. And then we're just going to play the post earnings in the meantime. We're 2 for 2 on them already this earnings season, and you guys have seen how crazy those can get. I mean, the 6,000% Oracle was nuts. We've seen some crazy ones on the post earnings. So again, also, as you guys are filtering in here, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. We have a 200 like goal on the stream. Let's see if we can hit it. That'd be great. Where's like Palantir and stuff too? SoFi. I mean, you're trying to flip this 10 here. You really, Palantir and SoFi almost look the same here. They've just ran up to the highs and then flatlined for like the last, I don't know, 4 months. Which is fine. I mean, you guys know I gave out a SoFi at $6.60, $6.60. I gave you guys the weekly breakout here at $13.60. So we're not up 100% anymore from the weekly breakout, but we're up a lot from way down in here. This one, $6.60, bang. That was great. What's Neo doing today? $4.65. Yeah. Again, Neo is like, if they're not able to like hit the goals that they've outlined to the shareholders, like I say in every video, like a broken record, then I'm selling it. Think about the money that we've already made on Neo, though, on the 1,000%er back in here on this breakout, the weekly and the daily breakout here. Boom. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Where is MSOS? What does that look like? Nothing. I haven't even looked at the weed stocks. I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like, where are things setting up? Benjamin, thanks for the Superman. You've been holding Neo for the long haul. Neo's going to be a strong stock in the future. What do you think? It's kind of like I just said. Thank you for the Superman. It's kind of like I just said. It's like, well, if they're able, which they might be, like to expand, play the mass market, play the volume game with Envo and Firefly, see some more demand for their flagship models, and then deliver profitable earnings, then yeah, they can get re-rated higher. But the way that I view Neo is almost like an option right now. It's like small position. If it's able to re-rate a lot higher, great, I'll make a little bit of money. But it's not something that I would ever put like all my eggs in one basket to, which I would never do with anything. And I also wouldn't look at it and say it's like a guaranteed thing. I think it's got a lot of potential if they're able to execute. But if they're not able to execute, I'm not holding it. And I think that's the way that a lot of people have to start operating. You have to be thesis driven in your investing. So Neo is an example of a turnaround where you would say, okay, they've been struggling a lot. They're starting to, last year was the first time that they've actually shown actual meaningful steps forward to cut costs, increase their margin, and take steps towards those profitability metrics. Like I've shown it in a lot of YouTube videos, their EPS estimates and where EPS has been and where it's going. The trend is good. Right now, their Q4 EPS estimate is 0. So if they beat it all, I mean, they're going to deliver profitable earnings, which would be very good. If that happens, awesome. If not, I mean, they've got a couple of quarters maybe of leeway to get that done. But you don't want to be somebody that like is trying to just keep buying and buying and buying and buying, and the stock just keeps going lower and lower and lower and lower. That's why I say dollar cost averaging into individual names is just a really, really silly thing to do. Because you can get yourself into really bad positions by misunderstanding like what the actual like potential investment is, if that makes sense. Like I'm only going to buy when everything aligns, the macro, the technicals, and the fundamentals. The technicals are going to be where I'm giving myself the buffer. It's almost like Warren Buffett's margin of safety, but you're doing it technically, not fundamentally. Romeo, thanks for the super, man. Let's see those gold anklets. Dude, that gold move has just been nuts. Congratulations to everybody, again, in LTMP. That's just been, like, nailing this gold idea. Gold, silver. It has been a really, really solid start to the year. The SATL 1 to 115 risk to reward trade that you've got here, I mean, that was just absolutely nuts. Again, like, the gold idea was one of the best ones. The SATL was the best shares trade that I think I've ever handed out to you guys. So, and they're not going to stop. That's why, again, I make it so easy for all of you guys to hop into LTMP. Just use code January, get your first month for $1 a day. You know what I think we're going to try to do a lot more of too this year? A lot more single stock research reports. I think that's what we're really going to try and do. So after we get through the mastermind, I think, maybe I'll do one before then because the mastermind's ends probably in the next month and a half. We'll do some more with you guys. But yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's see. 1/4% of your money into NEO? Yeah. That's fine. That's a good allocation. I have 1,000 shares at 455. It's not big. Or no, I don't. Not 1,000. Sorry. I have 4,000 shares at 455. I have 1,000 shares of Novo. That's what it is. I want more Novo shares, honestly. I want like 2,000 shares of Novo. That's what I would like, you know? I'd like 2,000 shares of Novo. Yeah, we also have monetization back on YouTube. I see what you guys are. I see you guys are taking advantage of that with the supers. Thanks, guys. What's the name of the gold stock? GLD is just the gold ETF. This I outlined for all of you guys back in what was it? August. But this is also not the time you buy gold. Like this is something we talk about a lot, is like there's a time and a place to be taking action in the market. The time was back down in here in August. The time is not now 40-something% higher in gold, you know? Because people are going to look at this and be like, oh my God, it's going parabolic. But like what happens most of the time with stuff like this is it goes like this. You get a little bit of a move up, you're happy, and then it goes, uh-oh. Now you're a community member. That's how that goes most of the time. Now, gold, I think, is going to have a lot of success over the next few years. Because if you think about it, BATL chart or SATL? Oh my God, no, I did not see this, and I don't want to. If you think about institutional money management, high net worth, medium, everything, the 60-40 portfolio is not... It doesn't really apply anymore because stocks and bonds have been moving in the same direction. Bonds aren't really offering that kind of protection that they used to. So there are other ways if you want to generate fixed income with either annuity products or you're going to be looking at like dividends. But if you want, let's say, like overall safety in portfolios, well, metals and commodities are going to be a really, really big contributing factor to that shift, because you're saying, okay, well, these things that are can easily move inverse to the market or provide protection for when the market becomes more volatile or even sells off are going to be a lot more attractive to money managers than bonds will. Also, if you buy gold ETFs, so this is the other thing that's interesting. A lot of these money managers, a lot of you guys may not know this, if they're directly buying like bonds, you're not supposed to. You can't really charge on it. They don't want to charge based on like fixed income in that way. If they buy a bond ETF, they can charge on it, but the problem is that your equity's at risk. So buying a bond fund isn't actually in the best interest of any client. Unless you have a scenario in which rates are continuously moving to the downside, which we kind of do, but not really in terms of treasury yields. So if the money managers want to keep charging on all the assets they have under management, like, I don't know, 40% of the assets that they have, buy stuff like gold, have the clients buy annuity products, which are probably going to offer a better rate of return. It's like, oh, you want, what do you call it? They're going to get 4% in the fixed income market. Do you want 5? You know, it's things like that. So I think you're going to see a lot more volatility in gold. But this parabolic move, I don't think will last forever. It looks great now, though. I mean, it's having a lot of fun. I'm thrilled with the performance of gold. Silver, too. Silver's been nuts. Like, really nuts. But yeah, main focus is going to be post-earnings. Where's, like, Rivian? How are these looking? I'm just looking at stuff. Yeah. Whoa, I didn't even see... Oh, I remember Rivian moving like that. Yeah, now back down. I mean, HIMS has my attention down here, guys. Down at this zone, potential Novo Nordisk. That's... Okay, the only reason why I actually started looking at HIMS again was I was seeing rumors of them actually reinitiating a partnership with Novo Nordisk to sell injectable and oral Wegovy. That would be big time for HIMS and Novo Nordisk. So... I think that announcement, if it's going to happen, could come over the next, I'd say, 2 months. 2 months, because if you think about what Eli Lilly's going to do, they're probably going to put their oral GLP-1 on Hims. So it would make a lot of sense for Novo to go for it too, first, so that like all the people on Hims, they get access to all of those customers. That would be really good. Let's see. Ooh, we are 19 likes away from 50 likes on the stream. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, let's see here. What else is really looking decent? I mean, we can go through some of the other tickers on the list. I think the ones that I was talking about with you guys in the Instagram video is D-Pro. D-Pro we're no longer going to be looking at because it's selling off way below those levels there. Then it was AIRO was another one. Yeah, I don't really like that anymore either. So we're not going to be looking at either of those. Microsoft unveils latest AI chip to reduce reliance on NVIDIA. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Little nuke candle there. What's Microsoft doing? Up. Yep. Little movement here. Let's see. What's that doing to the market? Nothing. Not doing anything to the market there. I don't really see much today that I'm like, yep, very interested in this. I really like where Novo is. Oh, where's AMD off of that news? Did that thing get bought up off of that? Yeah, a little bit. AMD just fish hooked a little bit on the 15-minute. I mean, you guys know I still own a boatload of AMD with an average of $11.39. I'm still holding the vast majority of the position. If we run to like in a short time frame, like 300, 350, something like that, I'd probably do another covered call situation on it. RILY. I've seen this. I like it. What are the regionals looking like? Not great. What's XLF look like? Not great either. JP Morgan. Yeah, these don't look too good. So maybe. I mean, it's not really a bank. It's like it's more on like it's B. Riley Financial, I think. Or it was. Yeah, it is. So it looks good. MCD. Let me take a look. I saw that this morning, but I mean, this is really tightening up on the 15-minute. So this right here, you could have maybe made the argument for a basin break on this one, but if you bought it up here, you're just chasing. It's already moving. You don't really have a setup. What I would do on this is just wait for it to consolidate from here. We have Powell this week. We have earnings coming up. We have potential yen intervention coming in too. I would just wait on this. And if you do see a little bit of risk-off behavior in the market, I mean, things like McDonald's can go pretty nuts. Recently, though, as you can kind of see on this chart, it doesn't, like, the follow-through isn't great on it. So I'd be a little careful. FRMI. That looks fun. Real Estate Rescue Podcast. Good morning, LTMP team. Good morning. Thank you guys for the supers today. Darn, you guys are going crazy. Yeah, I like Fermi here. That looks really good. Above 1024. That's fun. I like that. This thing's got a lot of upside. Yeah, actually, this thing has a lot of upside here, guys. I like that. I like that a lot. Malik, good spot there. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought my computer was about to freak out. Gold is just ripping. Let's see. Where's Novo? Novo looks good. I want this thing to get back up to like 82. That's where it should be right now. I mean, the hate that Novo Nordisk has gotten over the last year is completely, in my opinion, unwarranted. That's why I bought it. I just don't see the reason why like the market is like, nope, this one's not going to do well. It's like I don't understand that. SLV is up 10% on the day. Are you kidding me right now? No way. No way. This is such a... Oh, whoa. Facebook cracking higher a little there. Yeah, my Facebook shares are coming back. I mean, I've owned this one forever, too. It's not like they're anywhere near red. They're up like a boatload. Like a boatload. So, I'd love for this. They got a nice price target increase, too. Like 900 from, who was it? Was it KeyBank? Oh, no, it's Rothschild. 900. Yeah, we're gonna have fun on the Powell stream this week too. Wednesday, woohoo! We're gonna have some fun. Jerome Powell live. There's really only one thing that I want to hear about, because we kind of already know what they're gonna say as it relates to all the macro data. It's like they're gonna say the same stuff. He's not gonna answer really any questions, I don't think, about either what the Trump administration is doing in terms of the pressuring or also the subpoenas. I think they're just gonna be like, yeah, we've already made our statement. But I do want to hear what their thoughts are on this rate check situation that they've done at some of these currency exchanges. That could definitely move stuff around. The main thing with that, guys, in what the New York Fed is doing is that if the Bank of Japan owns a significant, which they do, or just Japan in general, owns the most U.S. treasuries. Well, in order to go out and support the yen, what they could be doing, and what they could do in the future, is go out and sell a bunch of U.S. treasuries. So that provides selling pressure in bonds, which increases yields. So now they have a bunch of dollars. They convert those dollars to yen, which is selling dollars to buy yen. So it's basically more selling pressure in the dollar, which you guys can probably see here. The dollar has significantly been weakening over here recently. And then they go back and once they have their yen, they can go out and buy their bonds because the Japanese longer duration bond yields have been absolutely skyrocketing. So it increases the value of the yen, decreases their yields, which it's a cycle here. And this is why, like, I don't necessarily think this is going to be the worst thing in the world. Unless you start to see just, like, hyper aggressive, just unwind everywhere across the board, where it's no longer just like the Bank of Japan and the Federal Reserve screwing around. It then is going to spread into all of the other investment managers who have been putting on these carry trades that then have to unwind. But like we were talking about before, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense that these investors, knowing what we know about this situation in Japan, after the last rate hike, would have then gone out and started hammering the carry trade yet again. Now, they probably did it a little bit, which is why we saw the yen continually going down and down and down and down. But you didn't see all of that significant buying pressure in risk-on areas or also safety. Like, you haven't seen bond yield starting to come down, and you also haven't seen crypto catching a crazy bid. So what they're probably doing is waiting it out for this intervention to happen. They get a really low USD/JPY. They increase the value of the yen. Maybe some of these rates go down in Japan, so it makes their loans a little bit cheaper, and then they hit those carry trades again. Because at that point, you could then say, well, the yen is probably going to weaken a little bit, which is actually better for them. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy if they all start taking out these loans at the same time. Because if the yen weakens, you're converting back to less yen. which basically means your dollar is worth more in yen. Like we were talking about before, where it's like if the yen goes up 5%, your investment needs to go up by 5% more in order to balance out those exchange rate risks. If it goes down, well, you make 5%, you have an additional 5% with the exchange rate change. Right? So that's probably what they're waiting for. But what the U.S. does not want, and this is why the New York Fed was doing this rate check, is for Japan to just start going, oh yeah, we're selling a bunch of U.S. treasuries because we need to help ourselves. So the New York Fed is saying, no, stop that. No, don't do any of that. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. We'll weaken the dollar a little bit, but we'll hold those bonds or whatever you need to do. We'll figure it out in the short term. And that's why they haven't said they're going to do it. They've kind of like telegraphed it, which is why you're seeing this front-running move in the weakness in the dollar and the strength in the yen. Facebook looking pretty good. I like that Fermi. That looks fun. Where are things like Circle? Is Circle doing its thing? No. That one, again, had a lot of potential, but didn't end up wanting to do it. There was Circle, and then there was another one that could be basing. I forget what it is, but Fermi looks good. Catch me if you can. SLV, 1,000% incoming on the last 10 contract. Congrats, man. Again, I'll throw that link for all of you guys too in the live chat here. It is pinned to the top, but make sure you guys are taking advantage of that sale that I'm running for you guys for LTMP. Again, everybody gets their first month for only $1 a day. Use code January. You'll be able to hop in there with us. I'm just going to keep handing out the best setups in the market. Let's see. What's your opinion on Carvana? Let's take a look. That actually looks pretty fun. It's still mind-boggling to me that Carvana is still at these elevated levels. You get a couple more days of consolidation in here, I'd probably be a little interested in this, but I think you kind of already have a weekly setup in here, but it's not great. I'd rather wait for the tight daily setup. A couple days of consolidation after Powell, I'd say you can look at this one. You know, that's where I'd start to look at it. Ooh, we are 12 likes away from 50, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, Riley could be fun too. Copper looks fun. You know who started talking about copper first, I think, in the group? Alfie. That is one of the beautiful things about the group, too. Like, we find pretty much everything, which is awesome. Yeah, market just kind of flatlining here. Not really much going on. Let's see. Yields up? No, yields are coming back down a little bit. That's good. Yields moving down. Pulling back. Market up 0.5%. I mean, it looks like it's just concentrated in like Apple, Facebook, and now probably Microsoft with that. Yeah, now Microsoft with that news on that new chip, which is hurting Nvidia, which is probably it's not really. I mean, Nvidia is setting up nicely here a little bit, but it's you got earnings season. I haven't really seen a good setup on Nvidia in a long time. Like one that isn't right before earnings, which like it does almost every time. Like this one was setting up before earnings, didn't want to go. I mean, where's the next earnings? This one didn't do it. That was like the first time we haven't seen Nvidia do it. But like this one, setting up right into earnings, you got this one didn't do it. I forget why did we. This one also did it. This one also did it. There's been a lot of setups just going into earnings, which you can't touch. You know. I should be able to get a YouTube video off of you guys today too. That's the goal. We'll see though. We do have Mastermind tonight too. Tonight's gonna be a fun one. You got a good one for tonight. Oh, SATL did an offering. That makes sense. Copper shortage is coming next. I mean, what are the other copper cuts? There's FCX, which it just a lot of these guys, the metals, lithium, all of them, rare earth, they all just gapped like crazy and then sold off. I mean, that's why we always talk about like you want to sell gap ups, you don't buy them. What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Jack? Let's see. It's just slow. I mean, there's not really much going on here. We'll be waiting for the post earnings and then setups for probably after Powell. My elbow is messed up, I think. Ugh. All right, here we go. SCCO. Oh, Rio. I mean, guys, remember Rio from, where was it? 60-something? Or down here, didn't we get, Dave and I were talking about this one. Dave highlighted it and I was like, oh yeah, this looks nuts. And then it went. This thing was dirty. Was it down here? Maybe it was here. 69. It was something like that where it just, and now it's at $91. That thing has been a monster. Who's still holding Rio? Yeah, none of those are setups. Yeah, they might over the next couple of weeks, though. Check, no problem, man. I try. Yeah, this now could actually be a nice Barrett setup. Like, if you invert the chart here, what is it? Option I? Yeah, you invert this chart, this thing looks like it's about a rocket, which means it's probably going to nuke. Ooh, we're 8 likes away from 50. We definitely can do it on the stream. I mean, we have a 200 like goal on the streams. We'll get there one day. We will get there one day. You guys can do it. All you gotta do is just click, and you're done. That's it. If this Fermi can hold and then break up, I like that. You got a little bit of time until earnings, too. Which could be very fun. Yeah, IONQ does not look good there. Market looks good. Where's my defense name? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've owned this thing forever, too. Look at this. Rocket ship. It'd be nice to see like AMD go one more like moon mission, and then I could create some more cash from it with the cover cost. I mean, what can I get from it now? Let's see. What is this, January? That's not bad. I mean, honestly, that's not bad for a year out. Yeah, I wouldn't hate that, honestly. The problem is I don't want to do it on the full position. Because if it runs through it, I'm going to be, like, happy, but also, like I've held it forever. So I kind of want it to be 300 before I do anything. In an ideal world, it's 500, and then I start selling lots of calls, and I would do it on the entire position. Like, close to the money a year out, and just let it rip. Or closer to the money in terms of, like, a percentage increase. Collect, like, a boatload of premium. And just call it a day. Be like, all right. So maybe I'll wait for that. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Go? Is that a ticker? Yeah, what is it with these grocery stores? BJ's looks good. There's been a few more. Kroger. How's Kroger look? Yeah, they're just running into their 200s, but they look good. That little sector right there has been looking interesting. Where's, what's the egg company with a V? You guys remember that one? Oh, Vital. No, that doesn't really look good. oh my God. Tyson Foods is ripping. Look at this. What else we got here? Path? Yeah, what's up with Path? That could give us that. If this thing can close over the 10 and flatline for a few days, I would be interested in that. So, I mean, we'll see. It's you kind of got to wait for Powell to. I don't think there's going to be anything crazy. So this is kind of one of those FOMC meetings where I'm like, I don't really care what they say. I'm interested to hear what their thoughts are on, what do you call it? This rate check. But other than that, minerals, well, they gapped up significantly and then they just sold off like all the rest of them. If Trump does some deal with Greenland, those things will rip. But if you get taken out at break even on those, that's fine. They'll have more status, but now the charts are kind of all wonky, so you might want to just leave those alone and wait. Yeah, TSN was ripping. Look at this thing. What about, where else could we look for something? Eric getting demolished? I mean, it's still green. I mean, you just have a stop at break even there. This thing ran to a what? 1 to 5 versus reward? Stop at break even. See what happens. Let's see. Slow, slow, slow. Post earnings will probably be fun this week. Those will be good. Catch a few. That'd be great. Just sit back, relax, and just hit some post earnings. That'd be really nice. There's not much else that I really like here, except for Fermi. I do like Fermi. But, all right, guys. That is going to wrap it up for today. I'm going to throw the link to LTMP one last time for you guys in the live chat here. Again, everybody gets their first month for $1 a day with code January. Make sure you guys take advantage of that before it's too late. So, you guys should probably see some Instagram and TikTok videos out for you guys today. Well, if TikTok gets its act together and lets my videos get posted, we'll see. There was some weird issue with TikTok yesterday, so we'll see if that's resolved today. Should be able to do a YouTube video for you guys today too. I think maybe we'll see. But yeah, just kind of waiting around for Powell, seeing if we can catch some post earnings. I don't think we're gonna get any tomorrow. There wasn't anything crazy on the schedule, but towards the second half of this week, we should be able to get some good ones. So team, I will see you guys later. Peace.